everyone, it's Auntie Janet. Since we can't have our regular Sunday school right now due to the lockdown here in South Africa, I decided to send a video of our Bible lesson for Sunday school for tomorrow so that you can watch and listen to our story that we would normally do if we were together. But first I want to say hi Haley, hi Mac Ewan, Tim, Jesse, and Achukle. I hope you're all safe where you are with your families, and I miss seeing you. Recently, we switched to a new section in our Sunday school material, and now we're studying the prophet Elijah. And our big picture question that we're working on this session is, how many gods are there? I think you probably know the answer to this, but this is our answer that we've been learning together in Sunday school. How many gods are there? There is one true God who alone deserves our worship. And in today's story, we are going to learn about Elijah and how God showed himself to be the one true God. We learn about Elijah in the books of 1st and 2nd Kings in the Old Testament part of our Bible. And this story for today's lesson comes from 1 Kings chapters 18 and 19. It's the prophet Elijah at Mount Carmel. I hope you have your listening ears on, and here's our story. No rain fell in the land of Israel for 3 years. God was punishing the people for turning away from him to worship false gods. Without rain, the lakes and the rivers dried up. People could not grow crops in the fields. Finally, God was ready to send the rain. God had a message for Elijah. He told Elijah to go to King Ahab, the wicked king of Israel. So Elijah obeyed God. Elijah went straight to King Ahab, and he told the king, "Meet me at Mount Carmel. Bring the people of Israel and the prophets who worship the false gods." King Ahab and the people met Elijah at Mount Carmel. Elijah said, "You must make up your minds. If you believe the Lord is God, then follow him. But if you believe Baal, a false god, is God, then follow him." Elijah set up a challenge to show who is the one true God. The prophets of the false god Baal set up an altar first and put a bull on top of the altar. Elijah said, "Call out to Baal and ask him to send fire to your altar. I will call on the Lord. The God who answers by sending fire is the one true God." Elijah let the prophets of Baal go first. The prophets of Baal danced and cried out for hours. "Answer us," they called to Baal. But no one answered. "Shout louder," Elijah taunted them. "Maybe Baal is sleeping." Still, there was no answer. Finally, it was Elijah's turn. The people gathered around Elijah. He set up an altar, put rock upon rock and built up an altar. Then he did something very interesting. He got a shovel and dug a trench the whole way around the altar. Then he put a bull on top of the altar. Elijah told the people to please pour water on the altar, and everything got soaking wet. Now think with me. Is something going to burn with fire if it's soaking wet? Not a very good chance. But Elijah wanted to show them who the one true God was. Elijah prayed, "Lord, answer me so that these people will know that you, Lord, are God." God sent fire from the sky. It burned up the bull. It burned the wood, the stones, and the dust. It even dried up all the water that was in the trench. When the people of Israel saw this, they fell down on their faces and said, "The Lord, he is God. The Lord, he is God." Elijah had all the prophets who worshipped the false god Baal killed. The sky grew dark with clouds, and then God sent a great rain. Wicked King Ahab told his queen, Queen Jezebel, everything that Elijah had done. Jezebel was very angry. She wanted to kill Elijah. So Elijah took off and fled into the wilderness. He walked to Mount Horeb. At the mountain, God spoke to Elijah and encouraged him, "Do not be afraid and do not give up." Do you know the people who worship the false god Baal danced and cried out for hours to show that they loved Baal? But the one true God is not like the false gods. We do not have to work hard to show God that we love him. Instead, he showed us his love for us by sending his son Jesus. Jesus died to rescue us from sin, and he hears us when we cry out to him. Just before I close, I want to review for you our verse. It's Isaiah 42, verse 8. I am the Lord, that is my name, and I will not give my glory to another or my praise to idols. I hope you will take some time and think about our story today and remember, we serve the one true God. Miss you guys. See you again.